the Way Home Campaign Steering Committee, and I'm also one of the original people housed under the Permanent Public Housing First program.
All right.
And my case management was through Friends of Place. I just spoke about that. So I'm one of the original people that was housed under that program. And guess what? Strange thing happened. I'm still housed.
All right. All
right. And my first year under Friends of Place, I got sober. My first year, got my first year sobriety. I spent most of my life as a drug addict since I was 12 years old and drinking. In my first year in the housing, I got sober. And that year, I also ran a marathon, you know. And let me go back because it may not seem like a big deal because I ran a marathon. But I'm gonna tell you what happened during those 30 years. At the end, I'm just gonna skip over things. I had my jaw broken in 2 places, my head split open in 2 places, my chest cut open, my ribs broken, a lung punctured. I developed HIV, which went on to a later stage, and I developed AIDS, and I'm symptomatic. I spent a lot of times in hospitals. I had a few brief periods of having some place to live, but the majority of my life is spent in St. E's and different psych wards in the city. So I cost you all a lot of money because it costs a lot of money to stay in St. E's for a year, and I spent a year there, 30 days there, 6 months, 4 months, 5 months. I spent the majority of my life in institutions and hospitals. I used to love when I went to emergency rooms and they would tell me that I was going to be admitted because that meant I had a place to stay, because I usually get pneumonia. So that means I had a place to stay for 2 weeks. You know, I had food, I had a place to stay, sleep, and because I had HIV and people were really kind of ignorant, they always gave me my own room.
Exactly.
So I was living good. You know, I didn't even know I was homeless. So what happened was, you know, I had decided, I'm going to skip that, because everybody knows this story. I'm going to talk about what's going on now. As far as I work, as a matter of fact, I work as a coordinating injury outreach specialist now with another agency. And so I help,
All right.
I help people get vouchers. And I've been responsible for helping people get vouchers, a lot of people. I've got people calling me right now, they're looking for places at this moment. And here's the issue. Last year, they only gave us like 200 something permanent supportive housing slots. So now I go to the CAP meetings. And you know, I'm involved in a lot of stuff. And I'm there every 2 weeks. And now we're sitting there trying to decide between this person about to die and that person about to die, and who has a chance of survival. We give this person housing and not this one. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
You know, we're only bringing in the highest scoring people right now because it's a little bit of money they gave us last year. And they're trying to do the same thing next year. I can't believe they're doing the same thing. We got a program that's working. Me and several other people living proof that this program works for people. So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, my first month in this program, I used for the whole first month, but after a month of being in there, I just celebrated my 9th year sobriety.
All right.
I ran a 20 years marathon last November in New York. I run 2 ultras, and I'm a person that was in the hospital several times a year with pneumocystis, pneumonia, breathing problems. I'm going through a health issue right now. But if I go to the hospital, which I did in November, I had toe surgery, I actually had a place to come back home to rest. I mean, have anybody ever had to go to the hospital and be discharged and not go home? You had to go in the street. You know, I've been discharged at 11 o'clock at night with no place to go with stitches in my damn head. You know, and now they're going to tell us they're not going to give us enough money for this program. That's kind of crazy. I don't even feel like reading this script. I'm really upset about this because, you know, I'm going to read this last part. I'm going to shut up because I'm really getting upset. Permanent supportive housing saved my life. It has not cured me, but I have a fighting chance to get through my most recent wave of attacks on my health, unlike the 1,400 people that are not going to get a chance because of the present budget being proposed. I am grateful for my opportunity to live longer. I can't pretend that I'm not happy that DC is, but I can't pretend I am happy that DC is not investing enough to fund the programs of PSH, programs that save lives. I would ask that when our elected officials announce how much is going to be put towards permanent housing, that the announcement is made directly to the people that the decision is going to affect. They are in the shelters, in the streets, or about to be discharged from the streets after surgery or medical or mental treatment. They're the people that will not be around next year when we try to convince people again that they have worth as human beings. They won't be too hard to find, and they would love for the decision makers to explain to them in person why they must agree to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, because you don't want to give us enough money. We could either, see my shirt right here, we could either celebrate with our tuxedos on about the money that we're going to get to supply, to help these people out in the street right now that I'm working with, or we can prepare for disaster.
I know that.